Hey YouTube, what's up? How is everybody doing today? We are jumping into the Unguided. It's been a while since we've had this band on the channel. Legit years, I'm pretty sure, since we last had the Unguided on the channel. But we are doing their Father Shadow album. It released in 2020. It's the one with Seth and Gaia and those kind of songs on it. I've only ever heard those two songs, so we're just going to go into it. I'm pretty sure they've changed them a little bit. Like single to album, they sound different, I'm pretty sure, so it's going to be interesting, but we are gonna find meanings and thoughts and sound and all of that insanity, but still. Without further ado, let's go.
While I can't hold your hand, son,
it's fun to make sure.
I will have your back.
Sweet, that's perfect. That's such a fact, man, holy shit. What's up? Yo, thank you for the sub, man. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Oh, that transition was sick. That little transition bit was sick, man. This album sounds like it's going to be fucking sick just from this opening track, man. They just went straight the fuck into it. They didn't even, like, wait, man. There's no build. It just went 0 to 1,000, man. Because why the fuck not, I guess. Anyways, let's see where we are going. While I can't hold your hand, son, I will have your back. So, like it's a father talking to a child, right? Where you hit that end of childhood where, like, your dad, or if you have one anyway, it's like, well, I can't help you forever. You're going to have to walk at some point. But I will always have your back. If a mountain stood in the way of my father, the mountain would move aside. Mate, this is some fucking Chuck Norris shit, man. A feat that wasn't passed down to me. Like, you're struggling quite a lot more than what your father did, basically. A boy with a crown, an ill-fitting one. People post-breakdown how their souls have been tested. Like, the crown could be like a sign of, like... the crown doesn't always have to be royalty, it could be a crown of anything, to be honest. Let's see, like, the reason why people break down, like, after, like, that's how their souls have been tested, it's why they break down, it's like how they got to their limit and they were tested upon that fact. In these times, everyone is both judge and jury. And you still live in cages, just with longer chains, basically. Like, we're tied to our work, towards money, towards the economy and governments, and not to be thrown in jail for breaking rules, and that kind of crazy shit. Like, you're chained to that job to afford that house you live in and all of that insanity, but still, New World Disorder, that's how we exist, and we can't resist. And yeah, let's go through the course and then we'll keep going, man. Dredge my heart of all the fear that I have inside. Minds they forget. but the scars remember everything. Like, yeah, your mind will always forget. Over time, you'll be able to put things to the side. Eventually, it might take tens of years to get there, but the scars of what happened, the scars of everything, will always be scars. You'll always remember everything from them anyway. No matter how much I've tried, you will reject my attempts to be your rightful king. Like, the rightful king is like, it's the king of your own brain, if that makes sense. It's not even like a king. It's like the crown. It's like, I'm in control of my own thoughts, my own body, my own... whatever the fuck you want to call it. You know what I mean. Anyways. Basically. The king of your own thoughts and the king of your own... not letting depression win, basically. Robson's already getting out of it. Well, I thought it was going to break now. It's going into core. I mean, solo. Damn, man. I don't know what I thought it was going to break, but I thought it was going to break now. Looks like you picked the right band indeed, huh? Man's going James Bond with his demons, man. You gotta love it. Gonna key change up, man. Honestly, this has such a great minion behind it. Very, very solid weapon. Damn, man. Really, really solid, man. That was like really fucking cool, like perfect chorus, just source. And then just straight growling sounds it. And lyrically it's very, very, very strong too, to be honest. Like, seeing like the lyrics seem to be like they speak to a lot of people. I can totally see what they mean, especially the very, very ending ones, which we'll get to, but we'll see. And I seem to make enemies faster than I make friends. I can't really find the remedy. Do we get the life that we deserve? No, you get the life that you build, that you earn, that you go for. It doesn't always work out, but the more you strive to build, the more you go, basically. New World Disorder, that's how we exist. New World Disorder, we can't resist it, but already, right? Did that bit already? Childhood end, a sudden end, like suddenly you get thrust into the real world and you're like, holy fucking shit, what do I do? I tried to burn away my fear and anger, and how I prayed it would hurt no longer. Imagine a king who fights his own battles. Like, yeah, exactly, like, kings don't fight their own battles, kings send people to fight for them. The same with politicians and everything else, man. If you're gonna start a war, at least fight it yourself, at least be at the front lines. That's the best way to do it. Like, they'll like start a war and send all of the people, all of the soldiers, all of the young people to die. Or send minions, either way. I prefer my demons stirred and not shaken. Like, you know, to stir your demons but don't shake them because they might bite back, is what I'm imagining it means. You can drown your pain, but it will learn to swim. Some people treat life like a disease, and I am one of them. Yep, me too. I treat life like a disease, and I am one of them. I believe in that fact straight too. Mostly because, like, of my CP, but like, I treat life like a disease in that way that, like, I'm trying to always fight against it. Like, you know, fight to survive, fight to walk, fight to do all of the things. And yeah, Absolutely craziness. Like a very, very, very solid start. And I can't wait to see what's coming, man. So let's keep going. Exactly. You gotta do that shit. It's weird, like I've heard a lot of these songs in passing, just never actually fully listened to them, just from me, just from like going to places and shit. This is a cool little break, man. Pretty much showing why they're top tier metalcore. They literally have everything that makes a metalcore band amazing, man. So I swear I've heard the song in passing. I don't know where the fuck I heard it, but I know I have heard it. No, that's no, not a single clue, but probably just in passing as I've been out and about, like around festivals and gigs and everything else. I probably just heard it. But yeah, see, conquest, war, famine, and death. These are the forces that still draw breath. I mean, like that's basically true for everything, man. Humanity is only one small step away from total destruction. To be honest, the ride was long and hard. All that remains are we, the vanguard. White, red, black, and pale, that's what you'll see, that's how we hail. And the last part is ours to play now, run and hide, it's judgment day. I know it's time for you to put up a shut up type day. I could have heard it from I don't think so though. I've never heard him listen to the Unguided, to be honest. Never yield to the obvious and overwhelming might of the enemy that you're facing. Invite the doubt into your heart and use it to level your Goliaths. Never yield, like, it's okay to have doubt, it's okay, but you have to use that doubt for uncertainty to make that uncertainty into a certainty. If that makes sense, you're meant to use the doubt to prove that, to try to overcome that, to get to that point where you can overcome your limitations, to overcome your demons, to level your Goliaths, as it were. But still, you know, because it's going between like David and the Goliath type shit. Because as we go through the lyrics anyway, come and see with your own eyes how they ride across the sky. When giants enter your life, you feel small. But the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And as they stand in your way, find your inner David and have them slain. Like I said, doing David and the Goliath type shit. But yeah, like a giant could be anything. It could be like a massive thing of like work. It could be something that's blocking your emotional life or love life, or just something that's holding you back. Like the giant could be literally anything. It's a metaphor to make it more accessible, I would say. But still. Too big to fight or too big to miss. Like, that's true, man. That's such a great fucking quote. Anyways. Let's go. The solos are always top tier. think so as well. I really enjoy doing it, to be fair. I love finding meanings though. Like, my channel is always going to be slow to grow, because I choose to do the most unknown bands, but I think the breakdown's helped. I swear he never said never yield. It didn't sound like it. Unless he fucked up his enunciation that badly. But basically, like, it's all, like, no matter how big your problem, you can always overcome it. Exactly, everything abandoned. Nice. There isn't really much else about it. Like, there is, like, bits that I could, but it's not really needed, to be fair. Like, it's all just like the never yield. Oh yeah, and great lyrics, of course. But still, let's keep going. This was like, each song has been very, very good so far. We've got like, what is it, like 10 more to go? Maybe a little bit more than that. I don't remember. But still, starting off strong as fuck, man. Oh, I've heard this one. I know for sure that I've reacted to this one.
We put our trust in the future and in its technology. Radioactive waste.
Oh, that was interesting. It went into that, yeah. Only for a second. I love the drums in the waters when Miss Makai. I don't know, something about that amp shot, man. It has that hype ability. Good thing I didn't pin the troll? Sure. You're right. Oh shit, really? Damn, he only made it through 2 tracks? Holy shit, it must have been a very bad fucking album that you gave him. Anyways, man, let's see. We put our trust in the future and in its technology. Radioactive waste and other problems yet unsolved, my man. Like, basically, it's all about the abuse of the planet, right? Like, we have so much technology, yet we're still producing more things we don't know how to get rid of yet. What if our future selves are refugees on the run, scavenging for food, chasing shelter to hide from the sun? They basically will be if we keep going the way we're going. We're going to burn the planet out at this point. Quite literally, if global warming keeps up, but, you know, control your fate before it's too late. the war of oceans rages on, but not for long. And once we're gone, the waters won't miss our kind, because we're dumping everything into the oceans. We're polluting our rivers and oceans and lakes and everything in between. And just look at France; they spent billions just cleaning up their waters just for the Olympics because they were that polluted that they literally were unsafe to be in. It's just ridiculous how we treat everything in that sense. Coming generations, they will have enough problems of their own. It's naive to think that they'll also solve the ones selfishly handed down by us. We should solve our own problems, but will we? Probably not. Human beings generally are quite selfish, unfortunately, but still, you get the idea, right? What are we doing to the ones coming after us if we're fucking up the planet this much? Never mind that. That even includes inflation and stuff like that too. But you know. At least they've got really powerful messages going throughout a lot of their songs too. Spotify's totally missing the chorus, but okay then. Ooh, this key change up is nice as well. Another banger, man. Another absolute insanity level track. Makes sense why we hold the Unguided in such high regard towards the metalcore genre. They are so fucking good at what they do. That's that bit. Why can't we stop ourselves from polluting the water on which we depend? Wallace Hartley will play with this man while we sink towards our bitter end. I don't know who that person actually is, but I'm assuming there's somebody important. I guess that's why Google was invented also. Violinist and band leader on the Titanic. Oh, never mind. That's why he's sinking. Dude was on the Titanic. Like, he'll play with this band with this man, you know, because he was like part of a group of people who played music as they sank into the ocean. That's literally what we do. Nearer my God to thee. That's what they'll sing. Like, no idea. Like what that's meant to mean. I guess it's just a thing to say. Can't you hear it? Oh yes, I hear it. The War of Oceans rages on, but not for long. Did that bit already? For the 7 oceans, for mankind, if it's a war that it takes, we are ready to wage it. Makes sense. Makes sense. Like, the War of Oceans is just fighting towards their freedom, towards non-pollution, towards all of those things. But besides that, let's keep going. Now it's not synced. That sucks. Oh fuck, man. I don't want Avenged Sevenfold, I'd rather not. Put me through all the shit, man. It's what it does. Well, this is another song getting added, man. Holy shit, man. Almost every song so far. This band writes catchy as fuck choruses, man. I think having the clean vocals do like a song basically to himself was so needed. There's been a lot of growling. It's nice to have the switch, man, to be honest. Keeps it interesting. Yeah, he did. Damn, man. Every song so far has been amazing. Like, there has not been a bad single second of a song, which is crazy. Amazing, but crazy. You know what I mean. Anyway, don't push someone that cares, a person you trust, into not caring at all anymore. That's what a lot of things lead into. When you go around people who are like family members or people who, where they push a limit and push a limit and push a limit into not giving a singular fuck about them anymore. It's happened a whole bunch of times to me with people. You've just pushed the luck and pushed the luck and pushed the luck until, you know what? I'm like, you know what? Fuck off, man. I don't need you in my life anymore. I'm sure people have done it with me, too. But still, and don't you try to repair that which you can't restore. It's hard to patch that hole in your broken soul. Like, you can't repair something that's already been so broken that it's impossible to repair that shit, man. You can only push somebody so far. You can only do so many things in order to break something that it's impossible to repair it. When corrosion finally stains the bond, everything seems to widen the bridge. Like, yeah, it's all like different metaphors for the same thing, it's the same metaphor for that. And you keep pinging everything in your path. I twist and turn during the bloodbath, but your imperfections are what make you perfect. Like, yeah, makes sense. Like you keep like the bloodbath is like literally where you're stopping talking to those people, right? And then like, just because you're not perfect, that was what makes you perfect. Because those imperfections are those things you care the most about that person. Like, I think that's the most important thing. Like, people say they're flawed as a bad thing, but what you see as flaws, somebody could see as a positive. It just depends on the person to person to person. It's all just based on the people's perspective at the end of the day, man. But still, never allow your dreams and goals to only end up deep inside your heart. And there's a world out there waiting for you and me. Like, let your dreams flow through. Do what the fuck you want to do. Take risks, man. Like randomly start doing YouTube content, or become a Twitch streamer, or try some shit out, and whether it works or whether it doesn't, at least you tried. At least you can't say, like, 50 years from now, that you didn't try every single fucking dream inside of your heart. That's the most important thing. At least for me. I think if I'd never tried it, I think I would always think, what if? If that makes sense. Let's go. Let's go. It will be amazing if it is flawless the whole way. Alice is the one holding the world on his shoulders, right? That's true. We need to check out their newer stuff or something. They've released a few singles since this album, so This is a cool transition too. This transition's so fucking cool. I love my synths, man. Synths are always nice. Something like that. I do remember that. That could be this album, I'm pretty sure. Damn, that was quite the start. But yeah, let's see. Let's go through these last little bits and see if there's anything else. I think it's basically the same thing, just said in different ways, basically. But when the wrong train arrives at the right station and you get more than you bargained for, don't let the worms eat your heart away. Steal your resolve and seize it out. Like, let's see, what's the wrong train at the right station? So like when you have bad intentions, but they turn into something positive. Like, you know, you can have bad intentions, but then again, that could turn into something positive for them. It's the wrong train, but it's arriving at the right station. It turned into something good, even if you didn't intend for it to go that way, or something to that degree. It's a very weird metaphor, but it's a metaphor, I guess. And you get more than you bargain. Don't let the worm did that bit, and you keep pinging everything in your path. Did that, and yeah. Let's do this last bit. And when you feel Atlas has lost his grip of the world, let us try to hold it up together as long as we can. No longer with friends or relationships or family or whoever you feel close to. Like, you know, you feel like you can hold the entire world upon your shoulders, but sometimes you need that little help to keep it going. Like, sometimes you'll run out of strength and you'll need to hold it up as, like, together as people or something to that degree. Anyways. Interesting, man. Let's get going.
Answers seem to change, but the question stays the same. Did we grow together?
This is already going to be a banger, but I can fucking feel it in my bones. This is where love comes to die. There you go. I knew it was on here somewhere.
Our long and winding story, no lighthouse in sight. And these are troubled waters, strong currents, unseen rocks. When your love is
Oh, I remember this one. This was one of my favourites from this album. If they got songs better than this one, it's gonna be crazy, man. Yeah, and I love it. Thank you. I'm glad you like my harshness, I guess.
Our story was like the trials of Eurydice and Orpheus, but
They really have a fascination with Greek mythology, man. Holy shit.
Jason and Medea. There's never just a single battle in a long and weathered war. Some you win and some you lose. When your love is deep, it will hurt the most. And it's in that depth that all the horrors dwell. They never sleep, no matter how much you cry. It's always down here where love comes to die.
This is basically like carrying on from the last song, right? And how this was about sometimes you need to separate yourself. This is like where love comes to die, so harsh folk went on to see many of what the real meaning is. We need more people, to be honest. I'm sick. The whole everything is awesome mentality. People actually appreciate and spending this back up no matter someone's going to have an issue. That's facts, man. I fucking despise reactors who you can visibly see hate something. I mean, and then they say, this was awesome, this was great, I really enjoyed it. Even though on their face you can see it, in their eyes you can see it, that they're fucking hating it. It's a very strange mentality to pretend to enjoy things. It makes zero sense to me. First of all, man, answers seem to change, but the question stays the same. Did we grow together, or as a deadly tumour? Like, did you both grow as people during their relationship, or did it just make you both worse? Bound to burst all over our long and winding story. No lighthouse in sight. Like, you're in the troubled waters, and you're basically, like, there's no light to be found. And as I say that, and these are troubled waters, strong currents, unseen rocks. Like, yeah, there's, like, things that will happen, man. You could sink the entire boat, but at the same time, you could get through those troubled waters and make it to the other side in the process. When your love is deep, it will hurt the most, and it is in that depth that all the horrors dwell. Like, yeah, like, the more you love somebody, the more it's going to hurt if things go bad, like if things get to their worst. But at the same time, getting through that is the most important thing, I would say. And it's in that depth that all the horrors dwell. They never sleep, no matter how much you cry. It's always down here where love comes to die. Like, where things go so badly that things break, and that's where your love goes down to die. There's the voices in your head that will always keep speaking, no matter how much you try to cry them out. Our story was like the trials of Eurydice and Orpheus, but at the times, it looks more like the betrayal of Jason and Medea. There's never just a single battle in a long and weathered war. Some you win, and some you lose. Like, sometimes you'll break it through, sometimes you'll make it through and you'll be fine. Other times, the relationship will just end, and you'll both end up hurt. But that's the nature of relationships. You have to make shit work. If you're constantly arguing, is it really worth being in that relationship to begin with? That is the question. Is it worth going through this troubled waters 1,000 times if you could be with somebody who you just enjoy being around more in that process? If that makes sense. But still. I think this is probably one of my favourite choruses from this band. Damn, this vocal fry is sick, man. Like that really high pitch of vocal fry thing? That's sick, man. Oh, it's the heartbeat sound, man. That heartbeat sound is fucking, you can feel it. Harpy sound. Watch me. No, damn, I said heartbeat sound. That song is always so fucking good. I know my accent's weird sometimes. It's totally fine. Let's go, Too Late to Pray. On Judgment Day, just full bleed ahead through this heartbreak hurricane. Like, I love the, instead of full speed ahead, like, full bleed ahead, man. That's such a sick way of saying them. I absolutely love it. With that, time is the cruelest hangman of them all, and he gives no quarter. During our downfall, tie the rope tight so it will never sever. There's only hope to be found in this world for the hopeful lovers, and for all the lovers that still fight. Those who fight for their relationships, there's hope for them, but those who give up at the first hurdle will never stay together, or will never be, if that makes sense. Like, you've got to fight, but at the same time, don't be around somebody who's going to make you feel like shit at the end of the day. And if they're going to, like, do bad shit, you don't need to be with them. That's like, I think it's the biggest thing I can say. And then we're gonna go to this bit, like, love does not come cheap. So what you want to win, don't tear trust down, and you might never drown. Like, basically, it's like never break their trust, because the moment you break that trust, it's gonna go to shit eventually. But still, amazing fucking message for the song. Like, it goes like the song into this perfectly, like, for like meanings anyway. Back into a heavy one, man. We went very light for them anyway, and now we're back into the heavy song. Like, the flow of this album is perfect. True. Damn, and that message is crazy. I'm gonna have to break this down if I can get the right fucking meanings for this shit. Let's say, yeah, the guitar riff is like, it's like really heavy. It's like a heavy metalcore, like a really heavy metalcore riff, man. Let's see. I love how it flows into the chorus. How it flows into the chorus from like the heavy grass into that, it works perfectly, I would say. See, and when I look in the mirror, it's not myself staring back with those judging eyes. It's an image of the past king himself taunting me from the skies. You know, it's like he's probably in a state of lowness, you know, where he's at his lowest, and he sees who he's meant to be. You know, he's staring back at him, he sees the king, he sees the person in charge, but he's not that person right now. Power, it cannot be destroyed, it can only be transferred, you know, because if you're a king, like, the monarchy is the one thing that never truly ever, like the crown isn't, there is never a king or queen. There's never not a king or queen, should I say. There's always king, there's always a queen, it depends. It transfers instantly. Like, it's an instant right of succession. That's why the power cannot be destroyed. The crux of a king born to bear, the lowborn scorn. Like, the lowborn scorn is like the ones who are below you, like, you know, the peasants and the people below you in the kingdom, and even though they're meant to be your subjects, but you know what I mean. Or the lowborn scorn could be like, and the people who try to bring you down potentially. I paid my dues and had the city rebuilt. I walked among the people with my heart flooded by gods. Like, yeah, so he paid his dues. He had the city rebuilt. It's basically saying he paid his dues towards the shit he was going through. He rebuilt his city, you know, his mind. And then he walked amongst the people, you know, always thoughts, memories, things he did, and then he became flooded by guilt. The crown, it cannot be destroyed, it can only be transferred. There is nothing worse for a lying soul than the mirror of reality. What's broken can be whole, but you can still see the cracks in the reflection. Like, you know, if you're lying to yourself or lying to everybody around you, you can see the cracks start to appear. Even if other people don't, you can see them. It's your own curse, it's a heavy tool. Don't let it spoil your sanity. You might feel the hole in your soul, but it still has an infection. You know, you're still lying to it, you're still doing bad shit. Like, you're still breaking yourself apart for whatever reason that you happen to be doing it. In essence.
You might feel the hole in your soul, but it still has an infection.
This is quite heavy for them, man. Yeah, that build into the chorus, that was quite heavy for them. Most metalcore sounds light as fuck to me though, I'm not gonna lie. I listen to too much deathcore so. I've almost added this entire album onto my playlist order that we've gone through so far. It can be good if it's done right, that's very true. Yo, that was sick. Each song is banger after banger after banger, man. Just straight, like, insanity into insanity into insanity. Whichever way you want to do it. But yeah, that's a little bit. Not every father gets a chance to start his son off in his own footsteps. Like, a lot of fathers aren't even fucking there, mate, so it depends. Like, I get what he's saying. I get, like, you know, it's from their point of view. But then again, like, a lot of fathers are not even present. So a lot of people don't get that, you know, that whole perspective. Like, you have to go, it's your own way. I am a far cry from him, a charlatan, unworthy of his blood. Like, you shouldn't really think that way about your own blood, man. People go through easier times. Back when, like, our parents were young, everything was cheap, everything was easy. Like, even in America, back when they were young, man, they could literally buy houses. Can't do that shit now. Like, even here, like, our prices are going up. Like, for everything. Like, prices are going to insanity levels. Like, it's harder nowadays. Like, everything is getting worse. The whole fucking world is getting worse, should I say. And yeah, it all makes sense. Like, you can't feel like you can't feel shit for it because we were living in different times. Things are different, things difficult. And we'll all get through it, eventually. Like, as long as we don't give up through this shit anyway. But still, let's get going. That drum timing is sick though. Very different. Makes it stand out quite a lot. Ooh, Eminence sounds cool. I haven't heard Eminence in ages. Guitar line is sick too. I swear that Unguided listens to a lot of Melodeath in that time, you know, in the childhood. You know, a lot of the riffs sound very Melodeath. interesting, man. I don't mean to pause halfway through the course, but either way, man. The lands have Estonia. No idea what the fuck Estonia is, but let's Google the shit. Estonia. No idea. Not a singular fucking clue. I guess it's a made-up place. It's been all burdened by dreams, madness, and rage. The church of progression will stop at nothing to quell the heretical arts. See, it could be like a way for your brain potentially, maybe kinda. I don't know. It's hard to say. But yeah, the church of progression. It's like, you know, like you will stop at nothing to progress. To quell the heretical art. I don't know what the heretical art is, but a first agent of the church, both feared and revered, and you will know his name. He is Fate's hand at the end of all. When the truth of cog in the eye leads the way, ordained since his truth, no heresy will escape his path. Oh, I guess it's all about fate. I guess this is all literally about fate. You know, like how fate is feared and both revered. Like you can't stop fate. Fate is that kind of a thing, right? Like nothing can escape fate's path. Everything changed in the layer of the 13 and with the Anshada page, but sanctity of doctrine must be maintained. The infinite machine demands it. The infinite machine is just like all of reality, I would imagine, if we're talking about fate. An age of demons will avoid if the tome is destroyed, and you will know his name. Or it could be from an anime. Or some kinds, it could be like a... fuck man. There are like a couple of animes, I think it's... Oh, I can't think of the name of it for the life of me. Like, there are a few that probably has something to do with that. It sounds very, very familiar. Because, like, when I first saw Fate's Hand, I thought God Hand, but it's not God Hand. It's... I don't know. It's different, should we say. This one doesn't make as much sense to me lyrically. I'm not gonna lie, but still. Somebody might have to explain this one to me. I'm sure there's like reasons for this shit, but yo, that was a sick transition. Oh really? Nice. Still not a singular clue, man. Don't know. It sounds cool as shit though. That was a perfect transition as well. You gotta love it. Anyway, somebody should hopefully explain this to me. They might do, they might do. They might not do. I'm not too sure. It could have many meanings. I don't really get it. Just like, personally. So, I'm gonna skip the meaning on this one, I think. But still, lots more to go. Another fucking manga. Every chorus is fire. Every single one. God damn it. This band are too good, that's what. I love his growls, man. His growls are so fucking powerful. Like, he's not doing anything special, he's just got a powerful voice, if that makes sense. If, like, that makes sense, like, he's not doing any crazy things, but it's just, it sounds really, really, really good. Damn, man. Let's go back quite a bit. Holy shit, man. Ooh, there we go. Just making sure we're in the right fucking place. Let's see. Enemies from within, enemies from without. Hostage to her sweet grin. Everything now in doubt. Like, you know, it's like he's, like, mesmerized by this new love, this new person he's found, even if maybe, I think he's still with somebody. Could it say forbidden love, right? This forbidden love. Maybe he's with somebody, but he's found this person who's making him swear. Don't need to go crazy. I don't know, he's got a great voice and passion. No, that's true. His passion's there. His voice is amazing. Like, there's a lot of crazy vocalists in the world, but, like, sometimes simplicity really works. Like, because there's a lot of, like, insanity level vocalists who just do crazy techniques. But you need more than that sometimes, I would say. Like, you need a bit of both. You need that passion as along with that technique. But yeah, let's see. Adrian. Well, yeah, she's probably the best of the most passionate, powerful vocalists you'll see, but you know what I mean. This forbidden love will break him even further. He might be the king, you know, because he's been describing his brain as the king since the very beginning of this album. But she's the reason the world still sings. Like, you know, he's the king of his world. But she's the reason why it still sings, why it has a meaning and purpose in it. And I reach for heaven, but I'm heading straight for hell. I will deny the pain, but I know that you can tell. This was not meant to be, like, you know, this relationship, this person, this thing involved. You know, he feels this way, but at the same time, he's not with her, he can't be with her. Things happen, other things are standing in the way of that. You are indeed bound, but not per your ambition. Now aid this special girl, and you will save the world. Like, you know, that's how he feels in his head and his mind, the swaying towards her viand, if you will. I don't know how to describe it properly. Horrors from my past awaken at long last, hell-bent on their final order to find and end her. Yeah, like, you know, the horrors of the past, like, you know, all of the bad shit is wanting to come forward and to end that feeling, to make sure that she'll never speak to you again type shit. But you don't want for that. Like, I reach for heaven, but I'm heading straight for hell. I would deny the pain, but I know that you can tell. And of course, this was not meant to be. Like, you know, like, in your brain you're saying this was not meant to be, but at the same time, is it going to be? Like, just because something is not meant to doesn't mean that it cannot happen as well, which is also a good point. But still, let's go. man, that changes nicely. Dude showed off his range a little bit. He has to win a really solid album so far. I agree totally. Easily, yeah. Oh my days, man. That was the coming and a half, man. I haven't done this whole album yet, but I need to go back and do it again. That chorus coming was insanity, man. Tradition coming, whichever way. Holy shit, man. Works perfectly. We did sleep on this band. I think a lot of people did, for some reason. You know, they said the EP name, man. You know, the single released before the album. It was called Royal Gaia. Oh damn, that's it. I reacted to them many years ago. That's where I first found them, so. How did I not add this to my list yet? Holy shit, man. So good you forgot to add exactly. That's what I'm saying. Anyways. Holy shit, man. I had to totally put on instead of. Anyways, I say time, it seems to run slow, but here it doesn't run as well. The light, the dark, the day and night, I understood it all. Caught between the tick and talk. That's where we end up when we fall. You know, it's the, how do you want to call it? Like, it's like time doesn't move here. You know, between the tick and the talk, you know, because there's no movement and time doesn't run here whatsoever. Well, at least very slowly. Maybe we're seeing the world how the Flash does, you know, because the Flash can think in super speed. Like, maybe that's how the Flash literally sees the world. You know, he sees the tick and the talk, but it's very slow. But I was not allowed to rest. There was a grander plan forged by the creatures of the clouds. You know, they're almost talking about the fucking, like, gods or Greek gods or whichever. I guess it's not a mountain. I guess if we're talking about Greek gods, it would be a mountain, right? But still, you still have a part to play. Spear of Destiny, feel my pain. When the day murders the night, in this change of heart. Now he's changing his mind. You know, the Spear of Destiny is forcing him to change his heart. Enter Royal Gateway. This is where you live out your life, and the Seraphim, they rejoice as much as they feared. No, like, they rejoice for them entering the Royal Gateway as much as they feared that happening at the same time. All shall love me, all shall fear me, and all shall exist because of me. God complex and a fucking half. Basically. Like, this whole song is like a God complex and a fucking half. Spear of Destiny, feel my pain when the day murders the night, change of heart. Here I will remain, and carry the weight of this world with my heart in chains. Like, yeah, basically, he feels like he has this massive burden upon his chest. Like, he feels like the whole world is, you know, the whole world is, like, turning. In that way, like, the whole world is on his back, in that sense. Like, it's a very long-winded way of going about it, but it's a very, 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 very pretty way of, like, going about it, but still. You know, he's just traumatized. In essence, man, like, he's having a change of heart. His destiny is leading him to a different way, if you believe in destiny. Either way, man. Very lucky find, I would say.
Naked, I stood before them all, and I felt my wings grow.
I don't know. This shouldn't be. Damn, man, this is sick. This is crazy, man. Yo, his range is crazy, man. Holy shit. Yeah, we so should have reacted to this album like 4 years ago, man. You know, when it first released. Even the solo is epic as shit, man. I would say this is definitively the best song setter off this album. Yeah, I know. I figured that out. Damn, man. Like I said, definitively, this is the best song off the album so far. There could be better songs, I don't know yet, but so far, this is the best one. We've got Seth and Gaia next, so those ones aren't better than these ones. They're amazing songs, but they're not better than this. Then we have, I think it's like one or two more after it. Let's see, man. Naked, I stood before them all, and I felt my wings grow. Oh, how this wounded their pride deeply. You know, he turned into an angel himself. And I heard all the angels sing. In golden armour and silk, I moved towards the heavenly throne. King of angels and all of heaven, I am the heart thought. He's like he's a god in his own right. I imagine this is some kind of massive mental fucking trauma he's going through. Like, or it's just a song about him being, about somebody turning into a legit fucking godly creature. And yeah, like he's carrying the weight of the world, even though his heart isn't changing, even though his feelings are trapped in the process. No matter how much he has, no matter how much he's rolling over, he's still hurting inside, internally, if you want to call it that. I wouldn't say there's a meaning going throughout the album. I would say it's just a whole bunch of like human emotions and feelings and depression and lust and a few other things like that running through the album. There's a lot of vibes and things and majigs, but still. Yeah, the video for Seth is awesome. The video for Seth is like, I think that's what got me into the Unguided actually. But still, let's go. I don't think he's into WWE now. The song is fire as fuck though, not gonna lie.
Every now and then I see them, the footsteps I'm supposed to walk, but the shadow falls, dance around me. I'm just a candle to a roaring bonfire. Even when you lose yourself, I will still be here for you.
Yep, all done. I got it off the single, not off the album. This and Gaia. That lowest insanity though. Considering we only hear his vocal fry mostly, his low is still so good. Adam. Weirdly, I don't know why, but whenever I see this now, it's literally reminds me of like Jesus a little bit. I don't know why, but it is. Maybe it is. I have no fucking idea. It's kind of like having that where he's forced into the world. I don't know where. But let's see, man. Every now and then I see them. The footsteps I'm supposed to walk, but the shadow falls dense around me. I'm just a candle to a roaring bonfire. Like, I know he's just a little flame to something that's massive. Like, he's just that little thing to add to that very already raging flame. Father, your ultimate sacrifice, gave me safe passage back to the world. Now I'm stranded in this fool's paradise, and now there's no cure for a shattered soul. I know, there's never a cure for a shattered soul. If you're shattered, then you need to fix yourself. There's nobody that's going to do it for you. You're gonna have to just figure shit out. Unfortunately, it's fucked up, but it's just the way the world is, isn't it? People, I beg you, I am on my knees. I can't stand this. It's killing me. Even when you lose yourself, I will still be here for you. There's times I hurt myself. I will ask nothing of you. No, nothing of you in return. Like, because we had the whole angelic thing, now we have the whole coming back down to earth in a weird way. Like, so, I imagine Jesus for some reason. Don't ask me why I do, but I do. And then, this could also be where you have the highest of life, right? And then coming back, it's coming back down into sort of normality, and that normality is just starting to be too much. Like, when you go to that level of insanity, or you go to that level of craziness, and then you come back down to somewhat what reality is, and that's why, like, he can't stand this. He can't stand being back into reality, if that makes sense. Which is what's added to Reggie first, so I guess she could. I mean, technically, I guess, but I don't think they meant it that way. Mother, you laid all the hate on me. You both had a taste for saving the world, and mammoth undertaking was placed upon me. That's another thing that totally gives me that vibe too. It's interesting. maybe Seth itself is like a person or a thing, or I'm sure there's meanings that I'm not aware of with this, but still. Or maybe it's just a way of saying like that they need to heal in the way. I don't know. It's not the most clearest meaning in the world. Even though historically the song is straight by.
I will still be here for you.
The single version's a little bit different from this. They've changed it up a little bit in this. I prefer the single version over the album version, but it's still amazing. Yeah, Gaia has changed as well. They've both changed. They've both changed up a little bit. It's why I only have the single versions on my playlist and not the album versions. Because I prefer the singles. Let's see. Where to go to? Okay. People understand I don't want the thing. You know, I don't want to be the end-all be-all that you go to. I want you to do more than that. I will still be here for you, and there's times I hurt myself. You have to silence the fear you have in your heart, and always do more than what is required of you. Like, in that way, like, it's almost like it's religious, but it's not religious, if that makes sense. Like, they're putting religious meanings into it without specifically stating it's religion, from what I can tell. But it could also be like parts of like Greek mythology and other mythology and things that I'm not quite aware of, which is also possible, to be honest. But you know, just a few things going over my head, I would imagine, man. But still, let's get going. Which we don't have the lyrics to Gaia. That's a moment. You're gonna have to watch this. You're gonna have to watch this bit here. See where the mouse is. You're gonna have to watch this screen for this one, unfortunately. I do.
Just allow me to
man. The song is straight fire stuff. Gotta love Gaia. Gaia used to be my favorite Unguided song, but there's a few that are like creeping above it. It's still amazing though, no matter what, I would say. But yeah, so some fractured memories reside. In Thule, I lost corners of my mind, but my brain can't handle the divide, so I simply left it all behind. Like, he had some fractured memories of things that he wasn't quite aware of, so he simply left those memories behind, which he doesn't have anymore. I turned to guns and rage to protect what I've become. Spent hard time in a cage. Madness was the only outcome. You know, in the very beginning, where they were talking about cages and things they were going through, and the way that the way that the world is treating them in that way. But still, that's why madness was the only outcome, because, like, we'll get into it, but don't break from the line. Don't delay your enemy when he's making a mistake. Just allow me to dispense some death for you. Like, you just wish you would allow somebody to just dispense some death for you? This is not living, this is surviving. Like, that's fucking the world in general right now. Like, you know, like, the way I feel about how inflation's going, how the world's going, how, like, financial and everything else, man. This is not living, this is surviving, man. A lot of us feel that way. Especially those of us who have to pay rent and everything on top of that, and then have to pay for, like, food and bills and electricity and all that shit. Like, it's just, the world is becoming more fucked up and more fucked up and more fucked up. The song is only going to get more relevant with age, as we can tell. As it's more relevant in 2024 than it was in 2020. Even though, of course, 2020 was about isolation as well, but still. And as long as I am free, you will never be. Like, you know, it's the two people, like, it's the internal bit, which is like, you know, the godly, like, oh my god, what the fuck character. And then you have you'll have the other character, who is the more depressed, and whoever is free, the other won't be. A futile pursuit. You're reckless with my soul and conniving, completely run through, as it's not your responsibility. No, it's not your responsibility to run that life, and so. Like, this one definitely feels like it's about being locked away. Weirdly. But still. Not weirdly, but you know. When did this release? I know it was 2020, but okay. So it's one that probably been in isolation for a while. Whoops. I did for sure. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. This album is amazing so far. Song is so fucking good, man. We still got another 3 songs to go after this, so we're almost done, but not quite. I just love the "As long as I'm free, you'll never be" bit where it drops with the drums, man. It just sounds so fucking sick. It's just one of those things. I see, I lost control behind the bars, and I don't ever want it back. It's crucial to the world of ours that my defense is to attack. Like, that's for all of us, man. It's never good to just only defend. You have to attack at some point. If you don't, you'll just always be in a state of constant defense, which you never want to be. There is no safe place for me to die peacefully. I mean, not really, anyway. Did that bit. Fire didn't temper, it hardened me. A heart of ice set on your demise, I learned of my power that could devour us all. Like, makes sense. Like, I imagine the power is quite literally the messages and the freedom that they possess and all that shit. But you know what I mean. Like, the album doesn't knit together perfectly lyrically, so which might take away a few points here and there. But as for like pure sonically, this album is straight flames, man. That's true. I'm just a little bit there, don't listen. Well, another fire fucking first. What? I know I shouldn't be surprised, but they just constantly do it. Okay, we're gonna go back a little bit. Interesting, man. The meaning of this one's interesting, from what I can tell. So you are the reason why I despise the world, but still, you are the only reason why I'm still in it. Like, I know he both loves and hates this person. Like, I know when he said that these wounds, these feelings would basically make him diseased. You know, make his heart more diseased, more... that kind of way. That's where this is running, so... time never healed my wounds, it just made them more infected. So, like, you know, his soul's more infected because of his feelings, because of denying those feelings. They talk about heartache, but I got a fucking heart attack. Like, he had heartache, but at the same time, his felt like a heart attack because he could never get over them. Even now, he's still running with those feelings, and there's nothing much he can fucking do. I can't reach my mind, I can't reach my heart. Why can't I leave you behind? Like, yeah, it's like he's been tried everything to try to get away from that, to try to move on, to try to press forward, to try to have every mindset possible, and he's still trapped in that way. He's just not really reacting with his emotions anymore. He's just more existing, if that makes sense. Never have a choice, never feel rejoice. I damn my inner voice. You know, the inner voice is always telling him, you should do this, you should do that, you try to impress, you try to do this, and it's just not really working out. And when two rivers run together, they can never be distinct again. Locked in a dream, like, I love that. That is such a sick fucking way to describe that. You know, because if two rivers ran together, it would just be a bigger river, right? It would just be like the same thing. They wouldn't recognize both rivers. It would just be a river. You know, they can never be distinct again. To filter out your polluted stream, and when the two rivers run together, they can never be distinct again. Locked in a dream. Yep, to filter out your polluted stream. You know, because you're polluted his heart and his emotions, and then denied those, and then denied that, even though you can see that there's feelings there, it's still damning him into that lull of pollution into his brain, into his mind and emotions and feelings. And still, every time I talk with you, I never have a choice. Every time I try to sew my wounds, you stretch them wide open. Time never washed my brain. It just made it more infested. I will break out of this mind prison. Like, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to break the fuck out of whatever hold his brain has him in right now. Let's go. A lot of it is Lincoln. I think I just need to like delve a bit deeper into it, which is hard to do on a first reaction. So. It's just probably a deeper album than I'm understanding right now. Just not a clear-cut link from what I can tell now. We did. That's the Pradama show. The song is fire as fuck, man. Oh shit, man. Nothing more else to talk about now. We've got the basic meaning of the shit already, so let's keep going. Deathcore opera. That's funny. Go for it. Try and find it. The song is different sounding, but still like really powerful, but at the same time very different to everything else on the album so far. It's like the vocalist is using a different part of his voice as well. You know, the clean vocalist anyway. Very versatile. Damn, man. Let's see, man. There's nothing left for me. There was nothing left for you. There was nothing left at all. A wasteland of my mind. Like, oh yeah, basically like his mind's rotted away to the point where he's just like a fucking husk of himself. Don't think you will ever see, don't think you will ever know how much I actually cared about everything we shared. You know, it's having to break the stuff off. Why the fuck did you lie then? Why the hell did you bring me down? Don't you realise no one gets out of this place alive? Like, yeah, everyone dies eventually. Hasn't been screaming all this year just to see the world crashing around me. Maybe this life is overrated, but I won't let the world burn around me. Like, I see that, but maybe. You have left it so long just to kind of make the shit work, to be fair, but still, a situation like this should never exist. Then why are we out of control? I see smoke from the Eden fire, watch it going higher and higher. It's like a double entendre, meaning like it's a, like, you know, relationship from like the album meaning, and then it's also like the Eden fire, how we're burning the earth, quite literally. No, it's that double entendre kind of meaning, man. You pulled me up from the dream. Let's compare scars, you and I. You are always on my mind. I will never leave you behind. You broke my engagement to solitude and made me throw away the ring of retaliation. And yeah, interesting. So it's very, very, very interesting. I'd like to see where this album's going. Do we need what? Do we need what though? Maybe, you know. Oh, about the metal opera. I mean the deathcore opera. That would be kind of cool though. That's why it's just like, you know, the I won't let this world burn around me, because I see the damage to the planet happily do. It's partially out of version, partially about love, and a few other things mixed in for good measure. Makes sense. I see both sides of it. I see the double story they're doing, which is kind of fucking cool to see. Anyways. Last song, man. Makes sense. It's a very simple song to end it. It does link the album together, kind of. Not completely, but a little bit. There, man. Get your highest rating. Let's go. Let's see. A fugitive from unreality. No, like from actual reality. No sign of my goddamn serenity. I mean, Serenity of a band, probably out and about doing shit, man, but either way. Lost in these barren lands that have nothing I demand. Had to look for something new. And that day I found you. You know, that person they found, like, it kind of, like, saved him from that. Living in a house of cards, waiting for it all to fall. Hope for the best, plan for the worst. That's what my life is all about. Like, yeah, that's it, that's the thing, like, he lives in a house of cards, he's waiting for everything to fall and crash around him. He's waiting to do that, bullet for my Valentine song. And a quasar from reality with damaged mentality. I'll start editing your life, replace the captain of your brain ship before we set sail for the fail. Like, you know, he'll like literally take over your brain until as you both set sail for the eventual fail. And yeah, we got a bit more to break down in a set, but that's the basic premise of the song. You know that his life is destined to always fail eventually. I was overthinking his relationship too. I'm thinking that wouldn't be better if I wasn't there to make it harder. Type shit. Interesting. Okay. Simple body works, exactly. You don't need anything more than that. Simplicity is always needed sometimes. It was what works best a lot of the time. See, my destiny outruns me and I can't find that key. Lock up everything that's bad inside of me. Don't you disagree that your life would be so much better without me? That isn't hard to see, like, you know. Like, don't I just make life harder? Don't I just make life, that, like, wouldn't it be easier if I wasn't there? Wouldn't it just be easier on you? Wouldn't it be less of a chore for you not to have me there? Not seeing his own worth, or not seeing their own worth. And that's why he's like hoping for the best, but he's always planning for the worst. And yeah, man. Very similar concept to it, but it kind of links the entire album, so the entire album is snippets of his life. So his insecurities to what he sees, to his love life, to the shit he goes towards his god complexes and everything else that is going within his brain. It's like going through his entire psyche, basically, and it all links together into like why this is how he is, because he doesn't see that he's worthy of doing anything. He feels like people in his life would be better off without him, and that he wants to appreciate and he wants to do, but he's always thinking that things are going to work out, and then he plans for them not to work out. So it's kind of like he's like double negativing himself. Because if you're always planning for the worst, can you enjoy the good moments? If you're always thinking, oh my god, this is going to go to shit at any second. Like, it's a double-edged sword in that kind of a way. Anyways, that's my thoughts on it. Like, the whole album is just going through all the different kinds of himself. Like, it's sort of going through all the craziness, all the emotions, the sadness, the highs, the lows, all the in-betweens. It's why the album works like one fluctuating powerhouse of, like, growls and cleans and all of that craziness, man. And it's a flawless album in terms of pure sonically, ignoring meanings and lyrics which work, but I need to listen to it more, most likely, for it to work perfectly in my head. But from an initial listen, it's sonically amazing. Like like not a bad song on it. Like so many songs added to my playlist. Like I don't know how many, but a lot of songs added to my playlist. I imagine half the fucking album. Yeah, like 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. So 10 including Seth and Gaia. Like 10 songs from this 14 song album are on my playlist. I think that's the most out of any album besides something like Seven Spires. That's on my playlist. One of the best albums I've heard this year by a lot. Even including all the crazy deathcore releases we're getting this year. Like, if I'm going for pure metalcore, it's this and Anchor, basically. That are the two metalcores I've heard this year. And they're both flawless that I've heard so far. Anchor and this, it's hard to say which one's better, as they're different to how they work. Like Anchor more electronic metalcore. This is more proper metalcore, more melodethy metalcore, should I say. And it just depends mostly. It depends on what you want to listen to, what you appreciate more, and they're both amazing in their own right. This is something that's going to be on my playlist for a very long time, something that I need to listen to a lot more of. And we'll probably end up doing more of the albums as time goes by as well. As well as some of the singles most likely. So, let's see. 2022 EP is the last one, it's 616. I was just reimagining and a re-recording of the older stuff, and they haven't released much since 2020, unfortunately. I hope they're working on stuff. I hope they haven't split off or anything like that, but I guess we'll see. I guess we'll go back to the albums before, so we have about 4 different albums we can go back and see, and I guess we might do. Or 3 different albums we can go back and see. Or 3, no 4. But yeah, don't have much else to say. It's been a very fucking cool album. It's gone by so quickly. It's been like 2 hours and 20 minutes, including breaks and shit like that, but definitely worth it. Definitely worth the wild ride. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, man. Have a wonderful fucking day. Thank you all so much for watching. I have a Patreon that you can request albums on, support me financially without any real benefit apart from albums, obviously. But if you want to support me, that's how to do it. And yeah, besides that, take it easy.
Even when you lose your